Hello and welcome to Just a Little Romance. In this video, we're counting down the top 10 This Is Us couples. After 6 widely popular and beloved seasons, This Is Us finally came to an end. While it was sad to say goodbye to our favourite TV family, they left us with many great moments to rewatch. For romance lovers, there are amazing relationships and stories to enjoy, each with its ups and downs. While we don't agree with every decision the writers made, the show had us experiencing every emotion. Let's get into it. Number 10. William and Laurel. Theirs is a tragic love story. They were two good souls who found each other but lost their way. Their drug addiction took their lives in an unfortunate direction. There's a lot of what ifs when it comes to this couple. What if William had waited a minute longer before leaving with Randall? What if they found each other again? In the end, their lives went on separate paths, but they experienced love and peace in their final years, something they both deserved. Number 9. Nikki and Edy. Nikki lived a pretty tragic life. He grew up with an alcoholic father, was drafted into the Vietnam War, and was later disowned by his elder brother Jack. He made peace with living the remainder of his days as a lonely alcoholic, before Kevin inserted himself into his life and changed it for the better. Meeting flight attendant Edy was one of the best things to ever happen to him. We don't know much about how they got together, but the dynamic of their relationship leaves us with no doubt that theirs is a match made in heaven. After a life of struggle, we're happy Nikki got his happily ever after. Number 8. Kate and Phillip. It wasn't exactly love at first sight for this couple. He thought Kate didn't deserve and was not qualified for the position of assistant music teacher. But in the end, she proves that she's more than capable for the role. Kate and Toby were married at the time that they met, so their relationship was strictly colleagues, and later friends. However, after Kate's divorce, the two grew closer and eventually became husband and wife. Perhaps given more time, we could have warmed to their relationship, because Phillip was a good guy, but he just couldn't compare to Toby. Number 7. Kevin and Sophie. Will they or won't they? That's the question when it comes to Kevin and Sophie. They've loved each other their entire lives, so it's only right they're together in the end. Wrong. They should not have been endgame, and here's why. Kevin and Sophie got divorced when they were young because Kevin cheated. We were able to move past it, mostly, and separating was probably the best thing for both of them. But then years later, Kevin shows up at her door asking for a second chance, which she hesitantly gives him. What does he do next? Breaks up with her. That should have been the end of it. He blew his second chance, they should have moved on with their lives, but no. He continued to turn up at her doorstep, especially when he needed someone to confide in, and it was usually when she was happy with life. Kevin goes on to have twins with Madison, while Sophie gets divorced. They reunite in the last few episodes, and Kevin confesses that Sophie's always been the one, and he's finally the man she deserves. Why is this so problematic? It sends the message that you should forgive someone who betrays you, and when they do it again, you should continue to support them when they need you. To top it off, you should spend your whole life waiting for them to be the person you hope they could be. Horrible message. Sophie deserved better. We're not here for it. Number 6. Rebecca and Miguel. It was difficult to accept these two's relationship at first. Miguel was Jack's best friend, and we couldn't imagine a scenario where it was okay for him to end up with Rebecca. It felt like their relationship was a betrayal to Jack, when the reality is, he probably would have supported them being a couple. The show made us wait until the final few episodes to find out how they got together. By then, we'd seen enough of Rebecca and Miguel to know their love was founded on friendship and companionship. While Jack was alive, and even after his passing, they were just good friends. When the dynamic shifted, Miguel pulled away, despite his feelings, and didn't return for several years. He cared for Rebecca until his very end, giving her a second chance at love she thought she'd never have. Number 5. Deja and Malik. They may have been teenagers, but they were both very mature. Deja grew up with a struggling single mother whose behaviour forced her to act like an adult. Malik had his life changed when he got his girlfriend pregnant, becoming a teen parent. Individually, they were both intelligent and driven. Together, they were strong, overcoming every obstacle they faced. It was beautiful to see young black love portrayed in this way. They eventually broke up as life pulled them apart, but it was meant to be for these two, and in the final episodes, we discovered they reconnected. We also learned they're pregnant with a son they plan to name William, after Randall's father. We love them. Number 4. Kevin and Madison. These two were so close to getting married. Getting pregnant with twins after one drunken night with Kevin changed Madison and his relationship forever. Madison and Kevin shared a special bond because of their commitment to creating a happy family for their children. While they had different personalities, they both faced struggles with their appearance. They were flawed individuals whose honesty and acceptance of one another was heartwarming. We hoped they would fall in love with the people they were and not just the children they shared. Unfortunately, this was not the direction the show went in, and Madison called off the wedding when she realized Kevin wasn't in love with her. It was sad, but we're glad Madison found real love and was great at co-parenting with Kevin. Number 3. Kate and Toby. We knew not all the couples were going to go the distance. The cracks in Kate and Toby's relationship were there from the beginning, but we still hoped they would make it through. Unfortunately, they drew the short straw. Kate and Toby loved to laugh together. Kate was a daddy's girl growing up, and Toby was like her dad in many ways. He made her feel special with beautiful grand gestures and gave her the confidence to step out of Kevin's shadow. They had their fair share of trials. Their son Jack was born blind, Toby had a heart attack and suffered from depression, and weight remained a sensitive topic in their relationship. In the end, it was their career paths that made them grow apart and eventually separate. Their needs changed and they could no longer meet those needs in one another. It took a while after their divorce, but eventually they formed a good co-parenting relationship. A lot of people hate Kate and believe she didn't deserve Toby, but we think she's just misunderstood. It felt like the writers gave up on them, and they should have been able to work through their issues. We'll have to be content with our Kate and Toby content. Number 2. Jack and Rebecca. Jack and Rebecca share a love that people dream of having. It was a tragic love story because there's every expectation Jack and Rebecca would have been together forever if he hadn't died. Jack treated Rebecca like he couldn't believe that someone like her would be in love with him. She and the kids were his everything. Rebecca treated Jack like she couldn't believe she had found a man who loved her as he did. They both felt lucky to be with each other and they didn't take it for granted. They had their ups and downs, but they always prioritized each other. Their relationship is at the center of this whole show. However, they miss out on the number 1 spot because they keep big secrets from one another. Rebecca never told Jack about William. Keeping a secret that big about one of their children? That's a big no-no. Jack never initially told Rebecca he was an alcoholic or that his brother was alive. Jack never shared his demons or shortcomings, and Rebecca accepted that. A lot of difficult conversations need to be had in the afterlife. Regardless, their love was like no other, and together they were unbreakable. Number 1. Randall and Beth. And of course we had to give first place to Randall and Beth. This beautiful couple had a real partnership. They defied traditional husband and wife dynamics, with Randall being the more emotional one and Beth the more logical. They tag teamed perfectly, so when one felt vulnerable, the other was there to uplift them. Their worst case scenario was a fun game that created a judgment-free space for them to be honest. No matter the circumstance, challenge or conflict, they always made it through. Although the show scared us with the dance studio city council argument, really had us worried they weren't going to make it. But one thing they did better than any other couple was communicate. They knew each other better than they knew themselves. This is a couple that is truly relationship goals. Not just an amazing couple, but amazing parents too. They weren't perfect, but they were pretty damn close. And there we have it. There are a few unpopular opinions, so let us know if you disagree with this list. And if you made it to the end, you might as well like and subscribe. Bye!